I love playing 11, so as soon as, it's a safe environment for us to go back, I'm sure we will. I know the fans want to see what's next, and obviously I know what's next, so it's very hard to keep that in.
Things are finally starting to move forward in the entertainment industry. TV shows and movies are finally starting to film again, and that can mean only one important thing. Stranger Things Season 4 will be coming out soon-ish. Yes, the interruption of the filming for Stranger Things Season 4 was a big blow to both the cast and the fans, but things are finally looking up. And so with that, we can speculate on what is going to happen. And honestly, what might just happen is a complete 180 on everything that has happened so far in certain ways. So allow us to show you why Stranger Things Season 4 will change everything. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel.
Do you want to win any of these items on your screen? If so, be sure to watch the whole video, leave a like, and comment the hidden message. And with that being said, let's get right into the video.
Number 7. Because the end of Season 3 literally broke the status quo. When it comes to season finales, the intent is to go and shake things up in a big way so that things can either end in a big way or in a way that is somewhat calming and peaceful. With the first 2 seasons finales of Stranger Things, we got a bit of both, with Season 1 ending of 11 having to enter the Upside Down in order to shut the gate and save everyone, and then in Season 2, more or less, with the snowball. But with Season 3, they literally went full tilt and tried to shake things up to the grandest possible degree, and it worked. Because despite fighting off yet another horrifying monster from the Upside Down and destroying its connection with Hawkins, enough was enough for some. The Byers family left Hawkins and took 11 with them, for reasons you know but we'll explain soon. And that meant that the gang who had basically been together this whole time, more or less, was now going to be broken in several ways. Will, 11, Jonathan, Joyce, they're all gone. And while they promised to visit, including a tearful goodbye between 11 and Mike, that's not going to be the same. So thus, here we are, wondering how they're going to pull this off with the main cast now broken up into different states, and in one case, different countries. Number 6. Hopper lives. Yeah, this was another major status quo change, because when the end of Season 3 came, we saw Joyce and Chief Hopper trying to shut down the gate to the Upside Down that the Russians had made. And though they were able to do it, it came at the cost of the disintegration of Hopper, which for Joyce was one of the last straws that led her to leaving with her family and 11, as Hopper had adopted her. For months, many wondered if what we saw was truly the death of Chief Hopper. And then, sure enough, a teaser for Stranger Things 4 revealed that the American that was noted in the end of Season 3 was indeed Chief Hopper, or at least more than likely Chief Hopper. Yes, he's alive and in a Russian gulag, and that's not really a good thing for him. David Harbour has noted multiple times that this upcoming season will be a big one for Hopper, including possibly diving more into his backstory and learning things about him that might be a bit unsettling. Plus, there's the fact that the Russians apparently want him alive for some reason. What that reason is could change everything. Speaking of the Russians, number 5. The Russians have a Demogorgon. Ever since Season 2 of Stranger Things, the Russians have been a player in the events that have happened either loosely, like in Season 2, or in a very hands-on way, like in Season 3. The Russians are only one of the many antagonists that are in Stranger Things, and they have a very firm grasp on everything that's going on. Even if we ourselves don't know everything they know, they were able to make a gate to the Upside Down. They were able to do various experiments on people, including some of the Hawkins crew like Steve, and they were all for taking out people who got in their way. Which brings us to the Season 3 stinger that revealed that somehow, some way, the Russians have their own Demogorgon, and they're actually feeding prisoners to it for reasons that aren't entirely clear yet. The Russians might just be the biggest wild card in Season 4, because we need to know A, how that device in Hawkins sent Hopper to Russia, B, how they were able to capture or procure a Demogorgon, C, what their honest-to-goodness plans are for the Upside Down, and D, do they have much more in mind than we're thinking? Because it'd be very easy to think that they're just waiting to get a horde of monsters to try and take over the world, but Stranger Things rarely goes that basic with things. They might even have a grander goal for the Upside Down that could drastically shape what happens in Season 4 and beyond. Number 4. 11's powers. Another slightly game-changing thing that happened by the end of Season 3 of Stranger Things is that 11 doesn't seem to have her powers anymore, or at the very least, they're being suppressed. Many feel that a bite from an upside-down creature in the hospital fight scene was the reason for her sudden loss of abilities. So, what does this now mean for 11? Because now she's without her powers, without a majority of her friends, without her only true father figure in Hopper, and now far away from the only town that she felt normal in. Thus, there are some serious things that she's going to have to endure and push through in order to take the next steps in her life, whatever those may be. The other side of this coin is that it's possible that somehow 11's powers not only come back, but that they get amplified, or even grander, that she gets even more powers. The rules on this are honestly very thin, so if she does get some new powers that could help fight the Upside Down, or even help her reunite with Hopper again, that could be huge. Number 3. The Upside Down. One of the best parts about Stranger Things is that while they definitely sell the powers of the Upside Down, we honestly don't know too much about it as a whole. We know that it's an alternate dimension or parallel universe, and that it's ran by a dark deity of sorts known as the Mind Flayer. We also know that for some reason, places in Hawkins show up in the Upside Down, like the Byers' house and the school. Furthermore, there are certain connections from one world to the other that can be heard, seen, or even manipulated, like the famous Christmas light scene. But even with all of that information, we still don't know certain basic things about the Upside Down, including the true goals of the Mind Flayer, how it was able to make the various monsters that it created over the seasons, and just as important, why did it need to kidnap Will Byers when it killed everyone else that came to the Upside Down? While it's unlikely that we'll get all the answers that we're wanting, there's a good chance that we'll get a curtain pulled back a little more to see all that's going on. Plus, it could be that the Russians helped shed some light on the subject, or the Hawkins crew helped out in their own way. Either way, we need answers, and those answers could truly be game changers. Number 2, Multipart Attack. This one's a bit more simple, but it honestly works when you think about how the series had built itself so far. In short, when the first 2 seasons happened, all the battles happened within Hawkins, whether in the school, in Starcourt Mall, and so on. But now the cast is spread out over states and continents, and something has to bring them back together, potentially. So what if by some means the Upside Down is able not just to go and breach our world again, but do so in a way that reaches across the world? Suddenly, it's not just a Hawkins problem, it's a world problem, and that would truly be a game changer. Number 1, someone big has to die. Barb? Bob? Billy? Wait, why are all the main characters with a B as the first letter to get their first name dying? Conspiracy! Anyway, when it comes to Stranger Things, they make no bones about the fact that someone big is going to die in every season. We almost had 2 big deaths in the Season 3 finale with Billy and Chief Hopper, and with things arguably going to get more intense in Season 4, someone else is going to have to bite the bullet. But who? It's honestly impossible to say, but that's part of the point. When that death does come, we're going to be shocked and heartbroken. And that means that things will get even crazier for Season 5, which has now been confirmed. Who do you place your bets on to survive? Or who do you want to bet dies? The answers might not be what you're expecting. So, what do you think? What do you think of this look at Stranger Things Season 4 and why it might just be a season of game-changing breakthroughs and reveals? Which of these things do you find most plausible in regards to how the season is going to shape up? Do you think you have a better idea of how everything will change? Let us know in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe, and we'll see you next time on the channel.
A simple reminder on how to enter our brand new giveaway. We will be giving away either an iPhone X Max, the new iPad mini, or a MacBook Pro. It's really your choice. So be sure to leave a like, comment the keyword, subscribe, and turn on notifications to enter the giveaway. It's really that simple. Go for it.